Hello, and welcome back to the Dr. Williams podcast. I've been wanting to record another episode for a while now, and I wasn't sure what it was that was going to get me back into it or what it was going to look like, but I knew it was going to be different than what I did previously. It had to be. It had to be different because producing the podcast before was too much, and I got burnt out. So anyway, I'm coming here today with a question for you. My question is, do you have any habits that are associated with other people's issues that they have then put onto you? What happened was I realized that I had one of those. And once I realized it, I knew exactly who it was associated with and how it had played out with becoming a part of this internal world where I was then changing my behavior to make somebody else more comfortable. And what it was, it's so funny that I talk about showering all the time on the podcast, right? Like, if you've listened to any number of the podcast episodes, you know that I bring up showering because I get a lot of information when I'm in the shower. It's like a very spiritual experience for me. It gets things open, like spiritually. I just am more in tune. I get more downloads, more information flows, and it's usually a good experience for me. But that wasn't always the case. Showering used to be a huge stressor in my life. When I was young, my dad had a girlfriend, a long-term girlfriend. They were together for like 8 years. And she would get so upset with me if I took my time in the shower. And she used to tell me all the time, showers should take 5 minutes max. And I'm over here thinking, like, how on earth am I going to get through everything that I do in the shower in 5 minutes? There was no way. And of course, showering, it feels good. It feels nice to have the hot water and beating on you and to take your time. And that's not to say I'm just in there standing under the water, because I'm usually doing something the whole time. And then if I feel like I have time at the end, maybe I'll relax a little bit. But I mean, I'm busy, I'm taking care of business, but at the same time, it's an enjoyable experience. And I had gone over to somebody's house. I was being babysat. And the teenager that was babysitting me, so I was probably like, I don't know, 10, 11, right around there. Her sister, her younger sister, who was close to my age, had to go take a shower. And she's in the shower, and I'm with the babysitter with her sister. And I'm like, she's taking an awfully long time in there. And instead of her being like, hey, so-and-so, sister, you need to get out of there. You've been in there for too long. What she said to me was, well, she has a lot of hair. She's got a lot to do in there. And I remember in that moment thinking to myself, what? So not every kid is pressured to take a 5-minute shower? And that's when I realized that my experience didn't extend to other people's experiences, and that it was different for other kids my age, that they weren't pressured to quickly get out of the shower. It was one of those moments where you're like, oh, it's different here for this person. And that's not to say I didn't have some idea of that, because my parents were divorced when I was younger, and so I had 2 households. And when I was at my mom's house, it wasn't as big of a deal. It was a little bit, just because we wanted to make sure everybody had enough hot water, right, in the shower. But it wasn't like it was when I was at my dad's, and his girlfriend was so on me about being quick in the shower and controlling what I was doing. And so I got this realization the other day while I was showering and enjoying my shower. And I thought, wow, I've really come a long way since then. And I'm really grateful that I was able to overcome that stress that really wasn't mine to begin with. Me feeling that pressure and taking that on as a habit wasn't mine. That was hers. That was my dad's girlfriend's issue. And she had put it onto me because she wanted to control me to make sure that her needs were met, or whatever it was that she needed from me taking a short shower, so that she had access to the bathroom more, or whatever it was. I mean, there's no telling. She would have to let me know what that was. We're not in contact. But I started thinking, I bet other people have things like that. Habits, things that have been internalized because of somebody else putting it on them. So I just wanted to encourage you to look at those things and decide for yourself if you want to keep it or not. You get to make that choice for you. Is it serving you? Is that habit, or the way you think about it, serving you in your life? And if it isn't, let it go and start doing it in a way that does. If I were to give up my showers now, it would be detrimental to me. It is such an important part of my day. Not just because I like to feel clean, but I do, but because of my connection to water. And I understand it's not like that for everybody. You know, your connection to water is different than my connection to water. And maybe it's not as important to you as it is to me. Or maybe it is. Ask yourself, is my connection to water important to me? Mine really is. It connects me spiritually and allows me to connect in a way where I receive messages and guidance. I get ideas that blow my mind. And it's not because I'm like, wow, I'm brilliant. It's because I know that my connection to water is opening something up in me and allows me to bring something in that is valuable. So my shower time is extremely valuable to me. Actually, last night, John and I went and sat in the hot tub. And he said, well, you don't ever come in here alone like I do. And I said, no, I don't. I consider the hot tub like a me and him time. Like that's our time to sit and relax and talk. For him, it's relaxing physically. It's also that, you know, the talking and the sitting and relaxing with me. But for him, it's more than that, because he enjoys the physical aspect of sitting in the hot tub, what it does to relax his body. And he has no problem going in there by himself. He's happy to do that. And I said, well, the hot tub to you is like the shower to me. And that's why it's so important to me when I'm like, okay, boys, John, I'm going to go take a shower now. That's me letting them know, like, I'm taking my time to go do something that's important to me. So even if this is weird to step back into the podcast with an episode about showering, it's really more than that, isn't it? It's about our connection to our higher self, how we tune into that. It's about our habits and why we have them. And it's about the way that we think about things and who may have influenced that and whether we want to keep it or not. So that's my message for today. I just want to encourage you to look at those things for yourself and determine how you want to move forward with that. Even just acknowledging why you are the way you are, why you do the things you do, helps you to understand yourself better. And you can notice that things are a little different with the recording today. In the past, with the podcast, I would never, ever record an episode while my family was at home. And where are you? Say hi.
Hi.
That's Ian. But I'm going to be doing things differently this time because it's not about perfection. It's about authenticity. And sometimes my life is a little messy. You have mud all over your face.
Don't mind about that.
And sometimes my life is noisy. And you probably heard Gus, the dog, running out of the dog door several times. Probably heard the washing machine get done with its load, which is where I'm headed next, is to go do some more laundry. But this is life. But I have thoughts, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to share it with you. So I'm letting go of perfectionism, and I am embracing me in my authenticity in my life and sharing it with you because you're important to me too, along with all these other people and all the animals. And Roxy's behind me right now, pushing on my phone, trying to get some pets. Say hi, Roxy. Isn't she cute? So I'm glad to have you back. I'm glad to be back. I will not be recording on a regular schedule like I was before. So I'm here when I'm here, and I'm not when I'm not. And it is what it is. But I am wishing you a beautiful day. It is Sunday here today for us. And I'm going to get back to my family now. All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.